To be honest with you guys, I have never done a rad before, so we're going to see how this goes today. We're going to be installing our Mishimoto Rad and brand new hoses that I picked up off on Juku Racing. If you guys did see the first episode, I showed you guys the rad. It's not in perfect condition. I did pay for it brand new, mind you. So I ended up contacting Juku afterwards, and what ended up happening was they gave me a $60 US credit back on my credit card. Unfortunately, I would have rather had, a fresh rad, but unfortunately, just with, Canada Customs, it just didn't make sense doing it that way. So they just decided, the $60 refund. I said that's fine, and that pretty much covers the duty on the rad coming in. So we're gonna get the hood popped. I gotta get a few things off, get the old rad out, install the new one, bleed it, and really just see where it goes. Like I said, I've never done it before, so we'll see. What the hell are you barking at, girl? It's gonna be nice though when it's done, man. I'm definitely excited for it. But let's begin, man. Here we go.
Silky beat.
So the rad hose disconnected. So at this point, there's no turning back. Coolant is draining out of the car. Next step is going to be to disconnect the rad fans. And after that, pull the rad, put the new one in, fill it back up, and hopefully, just hopefully, everything goes smooth for my first rad install. If it doesn't, thankfully I don't really have to drive anywhere today, so I mean, I can take that out, but hopefully there's no overheating issues. I'm gonna take it for a cruise later on just to make sure. But we have our coolant, we have everything really that we need. But at this point though, there's nobody else home, man. It was just me, so if I need anything, I can't get it, man. I can't get it. So hopefully it all goes smooth. We don't break anything, we don't need anything, and fingers crossed, man, fingers crossed. Yes, I've already disconnected the battery. Pretty much anything that's really needed to be done so far has been done. We're gonna be replacing all of these hoses as well. I didn't end up grabbing a set of hose pliers, so I've been using just a regular set of pliers. Seems to be okay. We haven't ran into any issues yet, so hopefully that just continues to go. The one thing that I did notice way back in the year, actually, I lost part of my valve cover. I don't know what happened to it. It just snapped right off. And it's gone, so I don't understand where it went, but we're definitely gonna need a new valve cover. Probably gonna do a nice little kind of sprayed design on the top of the valve cover, so I think that'll be really cool when the time comes. But we gotta continue on, fluids out, let's keep this going. GoPro, stop recording. We're just pulling the fan assembly out. The biggest thing that we have to make sure about is that we are careful and cautious of these lines right here. It's our AC lines, and if they become damaged, we're gonna have some big issues. So we just gotta be really careful pulling this out, but it should, keyword should, just slide right out. So hopefully it's like butter, right? Things that you just don't read online. Rad fan was zip tied to the harness for the fans. So that was a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely wasted a lot of time doing that. And now this should just pull out like butter, considering there's nothing holding it in, man. Look what I said right there, like butter. But if you guys are doing this at home, undo that zip tie. All right, we are out, man. Here we go. Thank you. Whew. Now just to show you guys this old Rad here, definitely have seen better days. Like, look at all the crud, all that shit in there. We got mothballs. I mean, there could be insects in here. I don't know. Finn, what do you think? Hey, what do you think? It's pretty dirty, girl. We did damage it a little bit taking it out. You know, I'm not using this again, so I wasn't trying to be really careful about it. But definitely though, not the simplest thing. I thought it was gonna be a little bit easier than what it was, but just it was such a tight fit that I hope I don't have to worry about that on the new one going in. But I'm gonna be super careful, just making sure that we don't damage anything putting it in, but not bad. And obviously we're doing the hoses, so we're gonna be replacing some of these hoses on here and just making it look a little bit cleaner.
This is a Chucky Beat production.
Completely in, but it's definitely where it needs to be. We just gotta make sure it lines up in the holes. Put the little bottom bracket up there, just line that up. But for the most part though, we're in, man. Then we gotta put the damn fans in, which the fans are a little bit of an issue. I'm not a big fan of putting those in, but hopefully though on the way back in, everything is fine. Just reconnect the hoses down there, top hose, and then see where it goes, right? Oh shit, man, that ride right there, okay. Beautiful day though today. Gotta definitely admit that. Nice weather's coming, man. Okay, oh, freezy time, let's go, freezy time. What do you know about that life, man? What are you thinking? Personally, blue was the only one left in the freezer, so I went with blue. Usually I'd go with maybe, you know, white, pink. So today is day number 2. There was a lot of complications yesterday. Huge thank you to my man Dillion for coming down. I'll leave his Instagram down below for you guys. We got the Rad back in, we got the fans back in, we got the hoses connected, and we're pretty much good to go. I just gotta fill it with coolant, get the air out, and praying there's no leaks. But if we have a look here, we got everything in. Unfortunately though, we had a very big issue with these fans actually lining up to the Rad, and there was a spot where the fans would actually connect to the Rad and it would slot in. However, it just would not fit, and before we knew that it was not going to fit, unfortunately, you know, we were too far in. The fans were already in, and to take them out we would have had to go past these AC lines once again, and it just probably would not have come out without breaking anything. So we decided to leave it in. We zip tied it, and it's sturdy. I mean, it's not going anywhere. So that just seems to be the best replacement as of right now. I'm gonna be replacing these with black zip ties because white is just ugly. But for the most part though, it's in. Unfortunately, again, you can't even see the Mishimoto on the Rad, so that's kind of disappointing. But the new hoses are in. We got to clean them up a little bit. They got a little bit dirty from yesterday because obviously I was struggling. I didn't even think this car was going to be put back together by today. That's how much of a pain in the ass this Rad was. So unfortunately it is not a direct fit. Hopefully Mishimoto changes a few of that, because everything that I've been reading online, everybody's having issues. It's not just me. I mean, anybody that has a G35 has ran into problems. Big thanks to James actually on Facebook for letting me know about a few things. You know, we had to shave down the grommets that actually slip into the Rad support. So there was these little pieces where the Rad would slide into the hole, but they were just so big as well, and they just would not fit properly. So I had to shave that down, cut them down, which you guys did see. But we got it in. That's the main part. We're gonna get this thing going. I got some water, I got a funnel, coolant, Let's see what we can do today, man. First thing, we're gonna fill this. After that, we're gonna let that bleeder out on the end, on the back. Let the air out at the back, and then we turn the car on, and we're gonna bleed it from the front. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully, all goes well. No leaks on the rad, and hopefully 2 days haven't been just for nothing. That is probably the worst possible thing that could happen at this point in time. This is my only car, man. A lot of you guys are saying, Slap, don't daily the drift car. I see why now, man. This is problems, man. Okay, so we're filled up here. We're gonna bleed at the back. That should suck down. We're gonna start the engine, refill, and top up, get the air bubbles out, and hopefully this will be a done job for today. So we have let out the bleeder valve in the back. Next up, we're gonna start it. We're gonna let the air just kind of circulate a bit, refill as much as we can, and close that valve at the back there. So hopefully all goes well. Again, first time doing a rad. But I know Adam LZ posted a video up a long time ago doing his rad himself, and he was saying that this is a great kind of starter project for anybody that is new, you know, to cars and such, which, you know, I'm not a master mechanic by any means. So I mean, this is definitely a great start, and hopefully we don't wreck anything in the process, right? I mean, shit, here we go though, moment of truth. I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm a little bit nervous right now, I definitely am. All right, now we need to make sure that we get all the air out. All right, cruise number 1. We're gonna see operating temps, make sure everything is good. One thing that I did notice, it looks like the temp actually went up a little bit, which is not good. I've never seen it go past half before, so if it moves any more, we're in trouble. So we have to bleed it again, but let's just see what happens here. I'm gonna just pull around and go home. So I just had to shut the car off right now. We were going way past operating temp. We went way over top. So with that being said, it's not looking too good. So long story short, the rad is in. We are good to go. Had to bleed it twice, and what ended up happening was, and like I said, huge thank you to my man Chili and my man James on Facebook for helping me out with this, because obviously I would not have been able to do this by myself. So the step that I originally missed on the first time trying to get all the air out was I didn't refill the bleeder line after I opened it. So when you open it, you're supposed to fill it. And then I closed the rad, refilled the bleeder, and pretty much James was saying that as soon as you open up that bleeder line, you wait until it starts to overflow and then you close it. And that's when you know that it is, you know, it's good to go. There's no air in the line. So that's what we did. And we are pretty much good to go right now, man. I'm actually on my way to the dollar store. We do need to get hot glue though. That's where I'm off to right now. The reason for that is because of the fact that I have my soundproofing for my room from AeroZoom. And if you guys don't know, these are bass traps. They're specifically designed to kind of hold in the bass in your room and such. But what we're doing with those is we're gonna be putting them up on our setup. I'm gonna be doing a full setup video for you guys, talking about that, you know, what I've done with them. So make sure you guys stay locked on the channel. Huge thank you to AeroZoom though for making these soundproofings possible. As you guys know, they've already hooked me up before with my wall, and it looks great. So I'm actually really excited to see those up. We're gonna drop it down to 3rd. See how this rad treats us. And unfortunately, I had these up on my wall already, and I didn't use a proper adhesive for it to stick for a long period of time. So I did it, it looked great. And then I came back about an hour later and it was gone, man. It fell off the wall, so unfortunately we got to redo it. But I'm not mad about it though. You know, it will actually give me a chance to redo it properly and also line it all up as well too. So that's another good thing. check out AeroZoom, link in the description box down below. They've been really generous with sending me a lot of their soundproofing just to really upgrade the setup, so I really do appreciate that. So make sure you guys do check them out. There will be a discount code for you guys as well too in the description box down below. But that's pretty much it though, man. The Mishimoto Rad is installed. Operating temps are steady at half. I definitely feel that I want to do something with the front end to make the Mishimoto a little bit more visible. So I'm going to figure out that a little bit later. I got some big trips coming up. You guys know E3 is happening. I'm not going to E3 this year. That is 100% confirmed. I'm not going, but we do have some special things going on right before E3 that I can't really talk about as of right yet. And then the start of July, we have another really big event going down that actually involves track racing. So I'm going to be actually on the track for that. I'm really excited. I can't say much about it, but make sure you guys do stay locked on the channel for more information and such. But Mishimoto Rad installed, done. I think the next mod that I want to do is probably my plenum spacer. I'm going to be working on that probably next week. We have our VQ North car show. That's going to be actually this weekend on Sunday, rain or shine. So that's going to be a good day as well. Now, one of the biggest things that needs to get done on this car though, biggest thing, the rear subframe bushing is a problem. And unfortunately, that's going to need to get changed out. I'm not going to be doing it myself. It's a big job, man. It's a really big job. I feel it's just gonna be a frustrating job and something that I really don't want to have to deal with. So I'm gonna take it up to my fiance's dad's shop, pretty much have them just bang out that job for me, get that done, and be ready to hit the track.